It's not YouTube that's to be believed. It's XSplit, but hey. Okay, right. Hopefully, everybody on YouTube can hear me speaking because I've changed my microphone inputs, and I'm really hoping that's now working. In fact, I hate to do this live on a stream, but I am just going to quickly open a window.
Let me do it.
And make sure, yes, if you can do that for me, that would be brilliant. So, yeah, welcome to session 23 of the Priestess and the Silver Cave. Various things going on at home at the moment for various people means that we're probably going to run this as quite a short session. That sounded like me in the background, which meant that hopefully he can hear me. So our intrepid explorers in search of the Amulet of Tardessa in the Silver Cave have entered a damp, mushroom-laden abyss beneath the earth, peopled by some strange degenerate beings with no eyes, who apparently hunt purely on sound, and have descended under a rain of arrows and various mishaps, a dark spire that pierces down into the blackness beneath them. You guys stand clustered on a small ledge. You've got to be most of the way down the spire by now. To your left as you face the spire, to your right as you face out from it with your backs against it, there is a small a sort of gully built in, a sort of narrow ravine between you and what appear to be steps further down. I think 2 of you, 3 of you are carrying lamps. I've got Aladai and Actian carrying lamps. Is there anybody else carrying a lamp at the moment?
Genghis is using his bow, so he wouldn't be. Baldur was also shooting, so he didn't have a bow.
Cager could do, depending on...
Cager kept whole. No.
Cager lost her lamp.
Cager lost hers.
It's true.
Yeah, it fell.
It fell, so it's somewhere below you.
So you have 2 lit lamps, and Genghis still has one that's currently unlit.
Yeah. You've also got a couple of torches. I think you brought some torches with you and found lamps where you were. So you have still got some torches with you. But obviously they probably let out more light, and they're more difficult to... they're less likely to go out, but they burn out far faster. So, yeah, you guys stand. There's a small smouldering fire that you built briefly off to one side of you, and this small ravine. It's only about 5-6 feet wide, but it blocks you from further descending the spire.
Genghis is very, very quietly gonna lean close into Aladai and say, "They're still there. Do you think we can light them up so I can shoot them?"
Probably.
What about one of your fire torch flask things?
Yeah, I only had one of them and I used it. Unless we could somehow use the oil from one of the lamps.
Shh. We got a rough idea where they were coming from, didn't we, Louis? But
yeah,
we weren't accurate enough to try and locate them.
No, and the last couple were spears. They weren't arrows any longer.
Yeah, so we think they run out of arrows.
Yeah.
Do we know where we're heading to yet? We know we're heading down. And we know that where they are, we had no way to get to them. So I'm only guessing that where we're heading to is also heading towards them. But we've got no real direction at the moment, have we?
All you know is you're descending basically a spire in the middle of a vast well. And that's all you know.
I'm going to say to Cager and Aladai, because they're here, I'm going to say, I think we're going down to come back up to where they are. And if they move on sound, let's not try to kill them now, but surprise them.
Right.
You're going to have to loud stage whisper, given that you're trying to use that microphone.
Well, revenge is a dish best served cold. We'd better save it up for later.
Unless we encounter them and the revenge is still hot, in which case, smite them with heat.
What's the plan?
Now we're back together, I think, as far as possible, to try and carry on now as a team, as quiet as possible. And potentially, if we do head back up, is to try and surprise them. I think at the point where we were separated, the element of noise worked in our favour. I mean, I'm even tempted to say is throw in random pebbles in random directions just to confuse them as to our location.
That'd work. I think we're, from a very strategic point of view, we're going to stand a much better chance in hand-to-hand combat, assuming that they can't see.
Yeah.
And we can.
Yeah, okay, so I think we're going to trying to head on as a team as quietly as possible, Louis. But randomly trying to create audible diversions, as we now know they are susceptible to noise through Genghis's superior audible tactics.
You're not getting a fortune point for it, mate.
I'm not expecting a fortune point, but we now know a weakness of them, and I intend to exploit it in every possible action.
Okay. So, like I say, you are stood on what is basically a small rock platform. There is a ravine about 5-6 foot wide in front of you, and then it looks like there's stairs beyond it. And that seems to be the only way down from here.
Right.
Okay. Genghis is quite live, agile. I'm going to say to the guys, I'll go first.
You're not going to say that to us.
You're going to whisper it very quietly.
Very tactfully. My goal, though, Louis, is to try and get across, and then as soon as I do, hit the ground to create a smaller target as possible.
Okay, you're jumping onto stairs that are descending away from you.
And I'll slide.
So
a bit of a knock is better than taking an arrow or a spear to the back.
Okay.
Whilst Genghis is doing this, before he jumps, are there any small pebbles about the right size for a sling? Can I try and time one to go and rattle off one of the far-flung walls?
I will say you can fling one by hand, I don't think you've got enough space to actually swing a sling. And the other thing is, if you've got a sling on your Garrett sheet, you know they make quite a bit of noise.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to, you can find a couple of small stones there. You've got something you can lob up into the in the direction. In fact, you can still see, smouldering gently in the darkness, the platform that Baldur set fire to above you, which tells you roughly how far the wall is. And that wall doesn't seem to be too far away. It's only kind of, I don't know, 20, 30 feet away. So if you throw hard, you should be able to hit that no trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing I can't see anywhere that is going to cause some kind of an echo.
Only if you, but you can only. That's about the only bit of wall you can see.
That's perfect. No,
You
that's
have,
perfect.
yeah. Other than that point, you have no idea how far it is out to the walls.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go through a shot. I'll try and throw a pebble at a far bit of the wall.
Okay.
But we also have 2 torches lit, so I have enough light to clearly see a good step ready before I jump to try and make this as easy as possible for me.
The lamps you've got are lighting up the stairs enough that you can see. That's not a problem.
Yep.
Okay, to jump this is going to be a D2 difficulty, and it will be an athletics roll.
Okay. So athletics difficulty 2. Genghis isn't silly. So Genghis is going to spend a fortune point.
Okay.
And he is trained in athletics. So there is 2 successes.
Straight away. You can roll if you want to. You don't have to.
This is the first time this has probably ever happened, Mr. GM. Genghis is not going to roll.
Okay.
He is determined that he is going to make the jump. He is not going to roll a complication.
You will definitely make the jump. You will definitely make the jump. Even if you roll a complication, you will definitely make the jump. You need 2 successes. You've got those 2 successes. If you roll, you might get momentum, but you may cause complications. The complications will not mean you fail the jump.
Okay, in which case I'll make the roll with a view to try and make it easier for anyone else.
Okay.
Okay. In which case, as I've already used a fortune point to succeed the roll, I'm not going to dive onto the floor. The plan is to jump. As I jump, then to draw drop my right knee and draw a normal arrow, because I've still got 2 poison arrows left.
Okay.
So I want to draw a normal arrow aiming towards that smouldering wall. So if any of the bastards do want to show their face, none of the
recent attacks seem to have come from that platform. But yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so roll me your dice.
Oh, I'll have 2 successes on top of that, please, Mr. GM.
Okay, right. That puts out a couple of points of momentum. Okay, so Cager throws out this stone. It rattles off the wall just as you jump. You manage to jump okay. You land okay. You're standing pointing up at the wall. You can hear the echoes running around. Yeah, you can hear a couple of echoes bouncing around. The cave is definitely large. You know that.
Yep.
Does one person make me a perception check?
I'll do that if you don't mind.
I'm thinking actually probably not Genghis, because Genghis has just done the jump. So it wants to be somebody that's not done the jump. So I would say Aladai Actian, or...
That'd be observation.
Are you on about observation, yeah?
Yeah.
Can Actian do that, please, Ollie?
Yes.
Because I think he's the only one who exceeds me in observation by 1.
Yeah, he's got a 312.
Cager certainly doesn't.
Our guy's also got a 2.
She's a talented lady, but not when it comes to looking at things. Hitting things, yes.
That is 1.
That's 1 success.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, like I say, it's a big cave. There's
No.
various echoes floating around. That's all you get from it. Okay, so Genghis lands. Are you carrying on, or are you waiting for the others?
I think. I mean, Genghis doesn't like being down here. He's very much now revered towards Kossus, as I'm sure you've picked up from the previous 10 sessions.
Yeah.
But he also understands that the people who live down here have lived down this way and understood how to live down this way for so long. So what Genghis is going to do, he's going to close his eyes and listen. He knows where the sounds are expected to come from, the place where he's just jumped from, and he's going to listen for any form of sound away from where he's just jumped from. So he's going to stay kneeling down with an arrow knocked, listening for any sound other than where he's jumped from and where he's expecting them to land.
Okay. All right. So next round up. So you need to lose a momentum. And then is anybody else crossing? What's next?
I mean, if nobody else is going, Kaja will go for it.
Okay. Difficulty 2.
Can I spend that momentum that's out?
Yeah, you can spend that momentum. That's not a problem.
Right, let's roll 3
Go on.
and find out how awfully I do.
You need to.
And Baldur has got his bow ready.
Well, I mean, I'm
That's
assuming...
that's fine.
That's
That's
2.
fine.
Assuming we're rolling acrobatics.
No, you're rolling athletics.
Athletics, are we? Either way.
2 successes and a complication.
Yes.
Okay. So, right. Doug, high or low?
Oh, fuck. Based on how you've been rolling lately, is a lower win for me, or
You tell me, high or low.
is this for a win or a loss for me?
If you guess right, it will be a win for you. If you
Low.
guess wrong, it will be
Low.
low. Oh, okay, right.
That's pretty low.
Okay, so you jump, you slam into you foot slips on takeoff, and you manage to hit Genghis
The wall.
landing.
What?
However, Genghis sees you coming and manages to move to one side, so it bounces him out of the way. You take 3 damage to your left arm, minus whatever
Armor.
Okay,
So
so we've got 2 on that left arm.
Okay, so
I
you
guess I'll
take 1 resolve damage.
1 resolve.
Not 1 resolve damage, 1 vigor
Vigor.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay, as you kind of bounce
Genghis.
in. The other thing is...
go on. Shoot.
right.
Because you've got 2 people waiting for you to shoot.
Okay. Right, okay. I'm going to use that complication. Instead of buying that off with Doom, I
Roll
am
again.
going to use that as a miss. Because otherwise that would have hit. So, a couple of spears rattle up beside you on the stairs. Interestingly, they rattle up, not down.
Okay.
They come from below, and they come off from about kind of 9 o'clock.
And
on the
is
map.
that somewhere where
You've not been aware of anything down there before.
It doesn't matter. Genghis said that if he heard anything from anywhere other than where the jump was coming from or where they were due to land, he's going to shoot.
He's not going to get a chance to shoot because he's had to dodge an incoming cager. But next round, we're going to go to the top
Baldur was
of the...
ready as well. I deliberately said Baldur was ready to shoot as well.
Okay.
But he hasn't made the jump. So...
That's the whole point of it. He's not ready to jump.
I don't think Baldur's necessarily going to... Okay, make Baldur a perception check to see whether or not he gets a chance at...
Is that observation?
I'm doing it. Yeah, sorry, observation check.
Okay. Baldur's observation is... nil success.
Okay. What he hears mostly is the damn spears bouncing off the stairs next to where Cager and you have just collapsed.
I've not collapsed. I've dodged.
Well, you've dodged, but you know where there's suddenly this loud crunch coming from there, and suddenly a couple of spears hitting the wall. But he didn't hear enough to be able to work out where they were coming from. Okay.
2
Top
seconds.
of the round, and tell me what's happening next.
Aladi would probably jump.
Okay, so Aladi, difficulty 2, athletics roll. You want to make
Doom.
it? Yeah, you can give me Doom
now.
How many Doom do you want to give me for it? You can give me more than one. I don't mind.
I think I'll give you 2 to be on the safe side.
Okay, I like this. This is a good deal as far as I'm concerned.
You're the first person to do that.
I think I might be.
Hey.
While he's doing that, Louis.
Yeah.
Genghis is now going to swing towards the direction that the spears came from before.
The direction they came from before, or the direction these ones have just come from?
Yeah, where these have just come from. Because obviously,
Cager
battered them before. So obviously I was knocked away a bit, but obviously without being knocked away. But I now know where they're coming from.
Yeah, and you guys are going to have to start descending the stairs because otherwise there's not going to be enough space for Baldur or Action to follow you down.
So whilst I'm staying there looking down, so I've got a bead on roughly where they are. Until I've got a better idea, I'm not going to shoot yet. Whilst Aladi is going to jump,
I've got 3 successes, by the way.
Cager is going to attempt to sneak down the stairs.
Yeah,
okay.
She's going to pull herself up and try initially this round just to
I'm not playing Cager.
Kind of in front of where you are, assuming that you're shooting up at kind of 9 o'clock.
Okay,
Say
like I say,
it's
it's starting to get crowded on the top of this set of stairs, especially as Aladi's jumping in. Sorry, Ollie, was that 3 successes?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's 1 coming back to you. Okay, so yeah, if you guys don't start moving down the stairs, there's going to be no space for Action or Baldur to follow you. But Aladi does have a lamp, so you've now got somebody on the stairs with you who's got a lamp. So
Yeah.
Genghis is peering into the darkness, trying to focus on where the sounds are coming from and trying to work out what's happening. What's Cager doing?
Cager is going to start sneaking down, trying to keep her eyes peeled off to her right, where they should.
Left, but yeah, no, that's fine. You're going down, and you're going down in a clockwise motion around the pillar.
Okay.
So you are about here now, okay, and they came from somewhere out in the darkness over here.
Okay.
Okay, so Cage's sneaking down. I would like you to make me a stealth check. I will point out that momentum. You might want that momentum for defense rolls potentially, but other than that, that's going to go at the end of the round.
So roll a stealth check. That is going to be. That'll be 2 successes.
That'll be 2 successes. Okay, there is. I am going to give you all. I'm going to give you 1 back. I'm going to give you 1 momentum back. In fact, actually, I'm not, because you've already got 1 momentum sitting on Allardyce, so we'll just leave that there. Actually, no, that wasn't a spend, was it? Okay,
No.
so that's the end of this round, because there isn't really anything that Actaeon, unless there's anything that Actaeon and Baldur want to do while they're still stood on that shelf.
Don't think so, really.
Okay, so
Wait a minute. No, because Baldur's still looking. No, that's fine.
Okay, so yeah, there isn't anything incoming this time round. Okay, top of the round, somebody's going to have to. I would say Allardyce's pretty much going to have to move down, or Genghis is going to have to move down before Actaeon or Baldur can jump across.
Allardyce will.
Okay, so Allardyce's going to head down the stairs. Is Cage going down the stairs as well?
Yeah. Cage might actually employ some common sense in a minute and try and get a lamp if it's going down first.
Okay, Allardyce's got a lamp.
Okay, in which case she's going to go down being very pleased that Allardyce behind her lighting up the way.
Okay. I would like a stealth check from both of you.
Oh, hell, James.
That's 1 success and a complication.
Okay. I'll take 2 doom for the complication.
4.
4. Give 4. Good grief, you only needed 1. Right. I shouldn't still be doing this, because this is just loading up your momentum pool, isn't it? Okay, right. So, okay. So, you're doing that. There is now enough gap for either Actaeon or Baldur to jump across if they want to. And there is momentum in the pool.
Baldur would jump because he would have seen Genghis with his bow ready, looking down to the west.
Okay. Right. Okay.
And he'd like to use 1 of the momentum, please, Allardyce.
Does he just want the 1?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh shit. 1.
Okay.
And a comp.
1 and a comp. Okay, I'm going to take the comp, given that he failed anyway, and say he gets feet on the edge and just topples backwards. He takes 4 damage, 1 stun, 1 knockdown to his, and he lands heavily on his left side. How much armor's he got on his left arm?
3.
He's a jammy sod then. Okay, he takes 1 damage, and he is both knocked down and
Stunned.
Genghis is listening. Genghis hears quietly. It's like the sound of feet on sand.
That's enough. I've been listening for 2 rounds now.
Okay, I am going to say you hear it. You can shoot at it. It's a D2 hit. You think you can hear more than 1 set of footsteps, but that's actually going to make it
Easy to hit
because you're firing towards a slightly larger group. What I will point out is the footsteps are heading towards the sound that Baldur made when he fell.
Okay, so they're almost at ground level. Okay. Ollie, can I take 2 of your momentum, please?
Sure.
Okay. Oh man, you get marksman and all sorts, don't you?
Oh yeah, because I've not moved this turn. So
This could be
4d20.
painful. Yeah.
Oh, boom! That'll be 3.
Okay. So it was a D2, so you only earn 1 momentum off that, but you hit.
And I get a momentum for hitting and a momentum for not using a minor action to move. So I gain 3 momentum.
So you got 3 momentum. Okay. You slam this arrow into something down there. You can't tell quite what.
Yep.
At this distance, although you have seen them before.
Roll for damage.
Okay, roll for damage.
Which is 5. Oh, I'm on about. No, it's that one. Big fuck
Not
for
5d20.
that. That's 4. I know that they've not got armor.
No.
Or I
I
don't think they've got armor based on what we've encountered before.
Do you get a reroll on damage?
Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, I think I do. I get to roll 2 damage die.
Up to 2 damage die again.
6.
Okay. 6 damage. Okay. You hear... Actually, you don't hear. There is a buzzing in all of you. Just feel this kind of buzzing across your temples as you hear this like twang, thwonk. You hear the sound of arrow penetrating flesh and bone, but you don't hear where you'd expect to hear the scream. You don't. You hear nothing. But there's this pain, not hard, but just this discomfort between your temples.
Who's next to me?
That was 6 points, wasn't it?
Mm.
Nobody at the moment. Baldur is below you.
Allardyce is nearest, isn't he?
Yeah, Allardyce and Kaja are heading down the steps.
I'm going to... Obviously, I've just twanged an arrow, so their concentration is going to be sort of lax a little bit. And I'm going to whisper to Allardyce, I think they're telepathic.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's it.
Mm.
I'm not risking anything coming my way. And if Allardyce moved down and Baldur's hit the deck like a sack of shit...
Yeah.
I think Action's going to go...
If...
sorry. No, Baldur's hit the deck, isn't he? I'm not playing Action.
Baldur's hit the deck. Baldur's hit the deck. Action could decide to jump the area. Let me just check something on stun. Okay. If you want to, you can give me a point of doom in order to ignore the stun on Baldur.
No.
No? Okay. And you don't want to, so you don't, you're happy because you could also spend a point of doom to ignore the knockdown. So you don't want to spend on either the knockdown or the stun. He's knocked down and stunned at the moment.
If Genghis hadn't struck an enemy, I would have been inclined to say he probably would have done, but with an arrow biting deep as it did, and that mental assault indicating to me that they've been hurt, I think they'll probably be uninclined to charge probably as quick as they would have done before. So no, I'm gonna take my chances.
You're going to take Baldur's chances.
Yeah.
Okay. What's Actian doing? Does he want to do the jump this round, or does he want to wait until next round?
I think he's going to wait till.
What?
Okay, no, that's fine. If Actian wants to wait, that's fine. What are Aladai and Cage doing?
Haven't they already sneaked down?
Continue to move down.
You're going to carry on sneaking down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Both make me a sneak roll.
Yeah.
I do realise. Sorry, carry on.
Slightly more urgency now. Oh, that's one.
That's one success. That is all you needed.
2.
You got 2. Okay, you get 1 momentum back.
Just
okay.
very quickly, is Cage trained in stealth?
Have you got a number in the in your focus on stealth?
Yes.
Yes, she's got 313.
It's finding holes. It's the difficult bit.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
As you know, Louis, I like to be fair.
No, that's a fair point. Okay. Right. At this point, Baldur finds himself attacked in the dark. He is stunned and knocked down, which means he cannot take reactions. So
the one I hit was not the one advancing then.
You heard multiple footsteps. I did say you heard multiple things advancing. So 11-2. Okay? One of them gets 1 hit in. One of them gets 2 hits in. Sorry, one of them gets 1 success. One of them gets 2 successes. Okay, we're gonna go for using a spear, which is the first one hits Baldur in the left leg for 5 damage.
Can he do anything to that?
No, it's basically
Parry a reaction.
A parry is a reaction. He can't parry. He's knocked down and stunned.
Okay. So his left leg is 2 armor. So he takes 3 vigor for that.
3 vigor damage for that. The second one likewise comes in and likewise does 5 points. So he loses another 3 points. Which is not a wound because they're separate. Oh, sorry.
Location?
Location is right arm.
He's got 3 protection from that, so he only takes 2.
Okay. Okay, so he's lying down there, and I mean, he's going to make some noise when he's stabbed. He's yeah. I'm not surprised he's hurting. Okay. I am going to say you also start to hear, about this point, other sounds moving around in the cave. If this was aliens, I would say multiple echoes from multiple locations.
Face huggers!
Okay. So, top of the round, lose 1 momentum, please.
Holiday.
Yep.
You guys decide who's going in which who's going when.
Oh, Action's going to jump now.
I think this cager does not want to be hanging around and feels obliged to try and rescue her fellow comrade, so is going to give up all semblance of stealth and peg it down, really hoping that the light's going to follow her.
Okay, let's do Actian jumping first. So, Actian needs to jump. I will point out Actian does have fortune points available if he wants them. Or there's a momentum in the pool.
He's got 313, he needs 2, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's got 2 fortune.
Yeah, I'll just use my momentum for 3.
What could possibly go wrong?
What momentum?
It's
one I
just gone.
put in.
He's just put it in.
And that is 3.
That is 3. Okay, you only needed 2, so 1 comes back out. Actium makes it, still with the lamp burning. Actium makes it across the jump. Okay. Aladai, Cager just, I'm guessing, draws tact in one hand. She's already got tact. She draws diplomacy and starts charging down the stairs. She's running out of light. She's going to run out of light very soon unless you follow her. Aladai.
Sorry, Louis, I didn't catch that.
Okay. Cager.
Follow Cager.
She's
Yes,
already
yes.
got.
Cager, Ollie.
She's already got tact. She draws diplomacy. Starts to charge down the stairs. And
Aladai will follow.
okay.
But he'll leave a little bit of a gap. He won't charge straight after.
Okay. Genghis, what are you doing? There's probably enough you could probably try and put an arrow into whatever it is that's attacking Baldur.
With the light that Aladai is providing, is that reduce the difficulty some? Because I can see the target.
You can't see the target. They're moving further around the spire as they go down.
Yeah,
In
but
fact, if with the light that
Baldur hit
Aladai's
the
got,
floor.
he did hit the floor. He hit the floor far enough down that you can't quite make out the floor with the light. You need to get the light down there.
Can I move far enough around to get a shot without?
You can get shot from where you are. You're stood. I've got you stood pretty much close to the ravine, so you can just take a shot down on where you can hear them moving.
Okay,
around.
fantastic. Aladai, can I use the last momentum, please?
Yep.
So I'm going to take a shot.
Okay.
Without using my movement. Oh, there we go.
How many is that? Is that 3?
That's Baldur's. I don't want to say it wrong. That is. I'm on 30. Yeah, 3.
3. Okay. Right. You get. Okay. So you've got 1 for.
So how many was the difficulty?
Difficulty was 2. So you've got 1.
Okay, so I got 1 on top
3.
of that plus 2.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'm 3 up.
So you're on 3 up so far. I won't give you it out unless you want to spend any of it. Now I'll drop it in your pool in a sec. Roll me damage dice.
I'm going to spend one of them 3 to re-roll the 4.
Yeah.
And I'm going to re-roll one of them because I can. So that puts me up to 5. So I'm on 5, which is fine.
Okay, so you put 5 into this guy.
That's 2 effects, isn't it?
Yeah, the effect is volley. He hasn't chosen to use a volley, but that's enough to wound one of them. You hear again as you hit it. It's not painful, but it's just like this buzz between your temples. Is the only effect you get from hitting it, but you definitely hear a stumbling down in the dark. Okay, Cager, as you got Actium following you, you get to the you find by the time you get round to about 11 o'clock, suddenly you come up on sand, and you can see 2 guys jumping towards you. You need 2, don't you? That's a good point.
Am I done? I didn't say I was done, Mr. Lewis.
Go on then. Go on. Oh yeah, you've got enough for a secondary attack, haven't you? If you want one.
And I think Genghis would fire a secondary shot.
Okay, that's going to be difficulty 3.
Yeah, so he's going to use 2 momentum to be able to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to fire a load.
Okay,
so that drops my loads available to 3.
Okay.
So that's 3d20.
Go for it. You need 3.
That is
2 or 3.
That is 2.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, you You fire off, but you don't seem to connect. They definitely weren't where they were a second ago. Okay. Cager, you get to the bottom of the spire. You can see two of these things quite close to the bottom of the steps.
Okay, are they close enough for me to enter melee with them this turn?
Yeah, you can do that. They're both carrying bone clubs, bone spears.
Given that Cager has given up on the idea of stealth, she is going to let out this almighty war cry, louder than anyone's ever heard her before, charging in with both tact and diplomacy.
Okay, let's start with tact. Roll me an attack.
Okay, that's 2d20. Where am I looking? Melee?
Yeah.
It's going to be a miss.
It's going to be a total miss. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you swing in, but they kind of just back off and hold you off with... actually, that's a point. They're both using spears, which have got a range of 3.
Okay, then.
Okay, Aladai, you can see them. I'm not sure if there's anything you can do from where you are. Is there?
Throw his dagger.
Ollie, you still there? He's looking awfully still. Oh, there was a little movement there.
Ollie!
Well, it's one of those musical statues.
Oh, he's typing. He's typing.
Is he?
Yeah.
You'll have to tell me what he says, because otherwise it puts up the chat on.
He can still
I can hear you still. So, Ollie, you've seen Cager miss, but the only thing you can really do at the moment is a range attack if you're that way inclined. He is going to throw a dagger, Mr. Louis.
Okay. Roll away and drop in roll 20 how many successes you get, and I'll call up your character sheet.
Roll your attack, Ollie. And then tell us in roll 20 how many successes you got.
And ranged weapons.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. Right. So that puts 1 momentum out in the pool. Well, it puts 1 momentum on Aladai. Right. So a thrown dagger is 3 damage, I think. Yep. Roll
Plus
3 damage.
That is.
And you got 1 momentum if you want to re-roll.
3, 2.
I'm guessing
that's 4 damage.
That.
6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. No. 6 damage, yes?
Yes.
Right, okay.
At the one I probably stuck an arrow in.
It's not. It's most definitely not.
Are you sure?
I'm positive because I know where they are. Okay, right. Yeah, you... Just for the hell of it, let's go. Okay. You get him high up in the thigh with this dagger. And you do some serious damage to him. You see him stagger backwards as it sinks in almost hilt deep. Okay. That one, I am going to say, at the same point, like I say, there's this, again, there's no sound. There's just this kind of buzzing in your, not quite in your head, but it's, oh. And as Cager is up close and personal with him, you can see it opens its mouth, but there's no sound that comes out. And then the other one tries to stab Cager with a spear. Cager can spend unless you've got, actually you're carrying, yeah, you're carrying diplomacy, so you can get a reaction in without spending a doom.
Okay. Can I parry?
Basically, yeah. Make me a parry roll.
Okay, so
Right, it's got a melee of, actually there's only 2, so you've got 2 coming in, so you need to beat 2 with your parry dice.
okay.
You could take the momentum that's going to tick down at the end of the round if you want.
Okay, can I spend that? So roll 3d20, and that I think is only
1, so it hits you, but it doesn't generate any momentum. Okay, it is going to hit you firmly in the chest.
Let me double check. I've got deflection.
Yeah, that just drops the cost of subsequent parries.
Okay.
You take 4 damage, whatever minus whatever armor you have on your chest.
Also. Okay, it's 1 vigor damage. Okay.
Okay. Right. One more is going to throw a spear up towards where Genghis is. It needs 2 to hit, and that is definitely 2. Genghis, you can... I will say you can try and dodge that, but it's going to cost you a doom for the reaction.
Yeah, I think I will, you know.
Okay. So I gain 1 doom from that, and you get to make me a dodge roll, is it? I think it's an acrobatics roll to get out of the way, isn't it?
You tell me.
I know. Yeah, I think it's an acrobatics roll to get out of the way. So, yeah, acrobatics roll. Okay, that's 2 successes, is it? In which case you actually generate a momentum. There's 1 already sitting in Ollie's for that, because you needed 1 to avoid it, and there were 2 on there, so that counts as a momentum in your favour.
Should there be a momentum? I spent a momentum.
There shouldn't be a momentum, but there is a momentum.
Okay.
So I won't give in another one because there's 1 already there. Okay, top of the round.
Ticks away, doesn't it?
Yeah, that 1 point of momentum ticks away. I saw Ollie just tick there for a moment. His eyes reopened on screen.
But the one I would have gained... No, because I lost 1. I gained 1 from that last roll.
Yeah, but then it ticks down.
So the one Allardyce had and the one I had, so we should still have 1 momentum.
No, the one that Allardyce had, Cager spent on her parry, and then you earned another 1 back, that was what I was saying, is I won't bother, because it hadn't come out, I wouldn't bother putting another 1 in there.
Okay.
Ollie, do you want to try either exiting and rejoining, or do you want to try... Evidently, yes.
He's gone.
Hello?
Oh, we can hear you.
Okay.
Excellent. I can't see you yet, but I can hear you.
I don't know I only joined with... to see.
Oh! Did that drop everybody?
Yeah, it's just that. It's gone down. Not that I can hear me.
Okay.
There we go, we can hear you.
Right, let me go. Okay, can you hear me?
What happened?
Oh, I've got no video. Right, hang on a sec.
Can't hear you.
Okay, I need to turn that on.
Someone's just posted a photo of a Coke bottle with Dana and a line through it, and then they've replaced it with Zool.
Cool.
I see your video, Louis. I see Ollie's and James.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah, I've got all of them.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear
should be
you
able to
too.
hear us. Okay, right. Right. God knows what this is looking like to anybody that's watching this on YouTube. I doubt if people are. Right. Hopefully everybody can hear me all right. What I do need to just check is if I still got... That I don't want on anymore. Okay, just to... We had a sudden Discord problem, so I'm just going to say, that's really throwing me. My brain's gone. Doug, can you just check YouTube and make sure that my vocals are still my voice is still coming through, because I'm not entirely sure that it will be.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, no worries. So I'll keep talking just in case, but hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me? He's not looking like he can hear me.
I can hear you.
You can hear me. Yeah, because of
Don't know if it can
the
on
way
YouTube,
XSplit
though.
works.
Louis, YouTube is fine.
YouTube's fine. Okay, that's all good. Right. Only when you're on air. Right. Okay. Sorry. Top of the,
I tell you
top of
what.
the round.
At this point, Louis,
Yeah.
let's take that break you was on about. Give you time to sort yourself out. I could
Yeah,
do with
I
a
can-
wee anyway. At least
Okay,
you know
yeah.
everything's working fine, and then we can carry
Yeah.
on after a break. Yeah.
Yep, that's sounding good. Okay. Yeah, we'll be back in a minute. I have no... Oh, that looks like everybody else has dropped... Oh, the Discord's definitely messing around this evening.
Keep talking.
There we go, we're back.
Yeah.
Now should be the time where I do one of those ab-tab things where I mute my camera and do something incredibly witty, if I could think of anything incredibly witty to say, which I can't. So
Your camera.
yeah, go away. Go away.
The other side of the room now, that helps.
It doesn't. I can still hear you. Welcome, dear viewer, to Story Time with Louis. This has not gone entirely according to plan, but that's fine. That's why I like role-playing games, because you never have a clue what's actually going to happen when you let the players loose on it. But what I can do...
I don't know what the technology's going to do, let alone us players.
Go away. What I can do is make sure that I set up the map slightly differently. There we go. So there is what they can see at this moment in time. I'll shift that down slightly. I've run out of ice in my gin and tonic, that's no good. Actually, I've nearly run out of gin and tonic in my gin and tonic, and that's even worse.
Do you like a hazelnut?
Oh, I would, thank you very much, sir. Welcome to Ponzi Game. Welcome to Ponzi Conan with hazelnut lint door and gin and tonic.
Toot toot, sir.
Oh, damn, that's nice. There are advantages to having a child that will not eat his Easter eggs.
Louis,
Yes.
I got my boy with me.
Hey, you see, if I'd known that, I'd have played something different tonight. We could have got him in on it. Does he? Is this how you bring up your children? You lie over there on the bed, and I'll broadcast you playing on your laptop to the world without asking you. I mean, admittedly, it's my child, so it's hardly the world.
I'm not on a bed.
No, you get him to lie on the bed and then broadcast him. You broadcast your child lying on the bed to YouTube. That doesn't sound like it's strictly within parental guidelines.
He's 22 years old. It's legal.
Right, I'm backing away from this conversation right now.
That's the son who this time in 3 weeks' time, is going to be making me a granddaddy.
Hey. Congratulations.
You said congratulations.
Thank you.
You said fuck you. Thank you.
Same thing.
Hopefully having a grandfather like you won't be too much of a shock to the poor child.
He knows that whenever he needs granddaddy to look after the grandchild, I'll be there for him. He was going to go to some sort of festival in August, and I said, yeah, I'll have the bubba.
So, if you're going to offer to have the baby, you need to make that suggestion to his missus.
She knew as well. Apparently, he was a bit more accepting than she was.
Yeah, she's met you.
What does Kerry think of me?
Don't be broadcasting this on YouTube.
Am I right? She thinks I'm all right.
I don't know.
Tell him his wife's very polite.
Whose wife?
But, you know, if you can talk to Kerry, you're doing better than I.
Oh, apparently, if I can talk to Kerry, which is his other half, who I have been chatting to for the last couple of days, I'm doing better than he is.
I've not seen him.
Welcome to married life.
I'm not saying a word.
That's because you know Helen will kick your ass. She'll watch this.
No, she really won't.
She will when I send her the link
But
with the timestamp.
She is upstairs and could probably overhear the conversation, at least part of it. I keep looking.
Hi, Helen. I actually felt bad last Tuesday. You know.
Why?
Well, you dropped me off, and as you dropped me off, I walked back to the hotel, and I thought, I've left him to the bikes.
Nah, that's all right. It's not that difficult.
And then as I walked into the hotel, I looked at the score, went, oh, brilliant, England are 1-0 up. And as I said that, Colombia equalised.
Oh, I said you were a curse, mate.
I was like, fucking hell, I should have gone riding for longer.
Right, okay. I am going to go top of the round.
Order.
So, Baldur is...
My arrow bit true before, so I'd like to try and protect Baldur by firing again.
So, Genghis, Baldur and Actaeon are basically about there. About kind of 8 o'clock. Kaja and Aladai's about there. Kaja's a little further out.
In their face.
And yeah, Baldur is likewise about here in a crevice in the rock, trying to get his eyes to line up and deal with the pain that he's got from the spear thrusts that have been directed his way.
Can
Yep.
anybody see anything other than just a white splotch on the map?
No, but that's it. That's the rock spire you've just come down. There are a couple of wooden platforms built around it, or built close to it, and it looks like there's something off at about 11 o'clock.
That's all I can see. It's
Oh.
all I'm meant to be able to see.
It's not all you're meant to be able to see.
Okay.
You're supposed to be able to see that. You're not supposed to be able to see that, but you're supposed to be able to see that.
Okay. Well, if I just sit back slightly
If
further.
I try and turn
Oh,
my
you do
screen
that.
without dropping the second monitor on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Being at the same location as the GM does have its advantages,
Yeah.
does it, James?
Well,
Right, okay. So, because I was expecting tonight to be a long way towards being done by now. So, okay, Baldur
Patwang.
is still, this round, going to be both knocked down and... Because last round he wasn't knocked... Actually, was it last round that he fell? No, last round he didn't fall. Last
He
round
did
was
fall
his...
last round. No, he fell last round, so
No,
he
he
should be able
didn't.
to stand up this round.
He didn't fall last round, he fell the round before. Because we've just gone back to the top of the round. The last round, Actian jumped, and the round that Baldur fell, he didn't.
So he's ready to stand up.
He's now come to. The pain from the wounds has snapped him out of it. I don't think he's got a shield, has he? Or has he? He's definitely got a. He's definitely got a sword.
He's more a whip and a bow sort of person.
Okay. So what was he carrying when he jumped?
He would have been carrying his whip.
Okay. Okay, so it's only a minor action to stand up, but it will leave him without guard when he does.
Yep.
Okay, top of the round, you guys tell me what you're doing.
Genghis is going to fire at anyone who he feels or he senses is close to Baldur.
Yeah, as long as you are up here and there is no light down there, it is going to be really, really difficult to
But isn't Actian following?
get that. Actian is stood next to you, but the problem with an oil lamp
No,
is...
Actian went down with Cager.
Did he? Okay.
Actian went down with
Aladai
Cager.
went down.
Aladai went down with
I
Cager.
went down with Cager.
I thought Aladai had a lamp as well, though.
Aladai has a light.
Cager.
There you go.
But Actian
Sweet.
stood next... Right. Aladai went down with Cager, carrying one lamp. Actian is still by Genghis, I think, with the other lamp.
But I don't need a lamp near me, because if Aladai went down with a lamp, then I can see the target.
No, you can't.
Why not?
Because you guys are at about 8 o'clock. And Cager and Aladai are at about 11:30. Which puts a good amount of shadow around there. If you start to get... If Aladai manages to get down and creep around the spire a bit, then there's probably going to be enough light to do it.
Doug, do you want to wait until Aladai's had a chance to act? I know it's a bit meta.
If that's what Aladai's going to do, yes.
I will point out one other thing to you, because I think you'd be aware of this by now. And that is, if you were to light a torch, if somebody was to light a torch and throw that out, that's not going to go out in transit.
How long does it take to light a torch?
Okay. In
Actian
which
could
case,
do it
then,
in his... Actian could do that this turn. He's holding an oil lamp. All he's got to do is pull a torch out, light it, and throw it. It's Conan. It may not work in reality, but in Conan it will take you a round to light and drop a torch. I won't even make him roll to see if it lands on Baldur. There you go. I'm that good. But you guys tell me what you want to do.
Well, that sounds like a
well,
very
I can't
good
say because I've got Baldur.
Who's controlling Actian?
Me.
That's Ollie.
As the bearer of light, Ollie,
Yeah.
Because there are only 2, and you've got both of them.
And the holder of the oil.
Yeah, Action's got the oil as well. It's lighter than it was, but hey.
Hey, is that a pun? Woohoo!
Come on, quick.
So I'm not sure. I don't know.
He's
Well,
not going to get into melee range this time, so the idea of dropping a torch is going to benefit everyone.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So, Action can pull out a torch, light it, and toss it down just generally towards the bottom of the spire. And it will give you an area of light. It will probably give you a slightly larger area of light than the oil lamp, but it's obviously not going to last as long, which is, I think, where you went with the lamps. And it also creates lots of smoke and shit. So,
yeah. Okay,
so Action lights this, tosses it over the side. Yeah, Genghis, you can act now if you want to, or you can, or somebody else can down to you.
I'm going to wait till the light hits the floor and shadows stabilise.
I will let you, that drops, you can shoot now. This is all happening kind of roughly at the same time.
Okay, I'm going to shoot.
Okay. There are 3 guys down there that you can see, all fairly close. 2 of them have
How many have arrows in them?
2 already have arrows in them, 1 does not.
Okay. I will aim at the one that has an arrow in them nearest to Baldur.
Okay, yep, got that. Roll me your attack. It's a D1, because you can now actually see them.
That is a
2.
That is 3.
Oh, okay. Right, that gives you 2 momentum. Roll me damage.
4. I'll roll 2 of them. 6.
Okay, 6 damage. Okay, you put the guy down. Okay, so he staggers back with an arrow.
So what was the difficulty on that?
Chest. That was a difficulty 1, so you got 2 momentum coming.
So that's 4 momentum.
Yeah, you and your momentum build.
That's what it's about, Louis.
Yeah,
you know that.
I do need to double check that
case,
and see if some of that works for if some of that has to be on that attack. But hey, for the moment it doesn't. We'll have a look later.
In which case, then I'm going to drop another 2.
Okay.
There's
your
1.
Second attack at D2.
2. And I'm going to spend another 1 to get an extra attack roll.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack the other one with an arrow in him.
Okay.
1, 2, 3 successes. So that's another momentum.
Yes, 1 more momentum, which gives
you D2.
Oh no, that only gives you the 1, doesn't it? Because you don't get the extra momentum.
I don't get the 1 for the minor, but I still get the 1 from the hit. So that's 2 momentum.
Okay, so you got 2 momentum in the put. You got 2 personal momentum. Okay, roll me your attack. Roll me damage.
I'll take that.
Okay, let's drop you 2 more momentum back. 7 is enough to put this guy down. So yeah, you just arrows fountain out from you, and these 2 guys go down. Okay.
Now, I've killed a few so far, haven't I?
You've killed 2.
Haven't I killed some other ones as well?
Not down here now, no.
Is it not part of the same combat?
No. No, I'm going to say this is combat. Basically, this evening counts as 1 combat. I know what you want to do, and that would have to be next round anyway. You're not far off, though. You stand a good chance this time. I know you've been trying to do this for a while. Okay.
I have, and I'm the only person who's been trying to do it so far.
Okay, so who wants to go next? So we've got Actian and Genghis have gone. So we've still got Baldur.
Baldur would stand up.
Baldur will stand up. If he spends his action, he can regain guard.
So there's only one more that is now visible to him, yes?
Yes.
Okay, in which case he is going to attempt to whip the one that he can see.
Okay. Okay, both reach 3, so that cancels out.
Yep.
Okay, I am going to spend a point of doom to defend. But that's fine. Okay. Yeah. Roll me for Baldur's attack.
So that's so I'm going to give him 2 of my momentum.
Okay.
So that allows him to roll 4d20.
Roll 4d20.
Okay, and he is on for melee 213. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Okay.
So that's 4 momentum.
Oh, crap. Right, okay.
Boom!
Okay. Roll me your attack. I'll take care of that later. That is not even one of those. He's completely failed.
Okay. So the whip is 4 damage die.
Okay.
So there's 3.
Don't
And
think he gets a reroll,
has...
but the whip has... What qualities has the whip got? It's got grappling, hasn't it?
The whip has
Grappling
and fearsome 2.
Fearsome 2?
Yeah.
Crap. Okay. So, grappling... I need to remind myself of grappling. In addition to dealing damage. So, how much damage has he done?
3 damage with 2 effects.
Okay. So, he's taken damage, grappling... And his snare target is unable to move or take action except to attempt an acrobatics or athletics check with a difficulty equal to the number of effects rolled.
Difficulty 2.
Okay, so he's grappled for the next round.
Correct. Fearsome 2, whatever that is.
Okay, Fearsome 2. X mental damage to the target for each effect rolled. So he takes...
That's all.
No, he takes resolve damage. So he takes
4
2
resolve damage, yeah?
He takes 4 resolve damage, yeah. What does that leave him on? Okay. And as he gets grappled by this, and as he gets grappled by this, he gets the spear just like catapults out and lands on the deck in front of him. It manages to.
Aren't I due 4 momentum?
Well. You are, yeah, you are.
So I will use 1 to re-roll one of them combat die. Just on the off chance.
Okay, yeah.
Because I can. Nope.
Okay, so
I'm just playing as Baldur.
Yeah, no, but Baldur's getting badass. Right, okay. Which leaves us with Aladai and Kaja, and there is momentum in the pool.
Can Kaja act first?
Kaja can act first, and was that one? Did you just pop that one out for that?
Correct.
Right, don't worry about it. I'll put that straight into Kaja's pool. Kaja has I can't remember what it's called, but it's an ability that means that for 1 momentum she gets 2 dice.
Yes.
So we'll use that on that, shall we?
I believe.
That was for my reroll.
No, it wasn't, because I only gave you 3 instead of 4 momentum because I kept 1 back for the reroll.
Ah, right. Okay.
So that's fine.
So
we can use
roll
that one.
4d20 for your attack, Simon.
Yeah, I believe so.
James even.
Why did I thinking?
Okay, that is going
Sorry,
to
James.
be 1, 2, 3,
Ooh,
4
nice.
successes.
4 successes, and you only need 1. I'm
Yeah.
not
In
even...
fact, Louis, why don't Simon play?
My Simon?
Yeah.
Because he's in bed. It's too late for him.
You're a bad dad.
On a school night?
Does he like Conan?
The couple of stories I've read him, yeah. I read him.
Consider it.
He's not joining this game. It's not going to happen. It's too late for me most nights. Right, okay.
4 successes.
Okay, roll me your damage dice. I've given you the momentum.
Okay.
7, isn't it?
Bearing in mind the
7 combat die?
reach difference.
Oh, reach different. No, that's a good point. That is a good point. It should have been difficulty 2. So yeah, throw out one of those momentum. That's a good point.
4 to 3. But you're still 1. You still roll 76.
Right.
Yeah.
7 combat die.
Oh!
And I think you can automatically re-roll at least one of those.
She gets to reroll 2.
Yeah, but she's only going to want to re-roll one of those.
And 2 of them effects count as 2 extra damage, so that's 2 wounds. So bye-bye.
Yeah, no, that is.
I'll roll that extra.
Now, I should have asked. I should have asked this before. There are 2 guys in front of you, or 2 of these things in front of you. One of them has an arrow sticking. One of them has a knife sticking out of his leg. The other one doesn't. Which one are you going to hit first?
Who would be nearest to?
They're
Cager?
both pretty much the same.
Well, Cager wouldn't have switched targets. However, she probably would have gone for the one that was healthy at the start. Leaving.
Okay. No, that's okay.
Pickings.
Right.
That
okay.
sounds like Cager.
In which case, you've just killed the healthy one. The second one is in front of you. You have, because you've got a secondary weapon, it will cost you 1 momentum to get what will be a D3 attack, because this thing has a spear.
Okay then. Can I?
But it's only 1 momentum.
And you gave me the momentum for that last one. I'm going to spend those 2 momentum.
Okay, so basically you get to roll 4 dice again, don't you? No, he gets to roll 4.
Oh yeah, he does. 4d20 and
hang on, I think
attack.
that's for the first dice.
No, that's an ongoing effect.
It is, isn't it?
Doesn't say anything about
Yep.
it.
Andy can re-roll. Oh no, that's Baldur. Let's find Cager there for a minute.
I've got no mercy, which means I can reroll.
I've got Cager.
Re-roll
No,
damage dice, death blade.
any time.
2 dice for 1
Anytime.
do. Yeah.
There we go. That
That's teeth. That's a...
is going to
Fuck
be
me!
another
1, 2,
4.
4. So that's a difficulty 2. So that's plus 2 momentum.
It's a difficulty 2 plus you're giving up 1 reach, so it's a difficulty 3.
So plus 1 momentum.
So plus 1 momentum coming back. Okay.
Right.
Roll me your broadsword damage, not your axe damage.
That's 5d6.
I rolled my broadsword damage last time, so I'll roll you my axe damage this time. The battle axe, which is only 6 damage, but is intense and vicious.
Yes.
Yeah, actually no, that was 10 last time. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, go for it.
66.
Okay.
Ooh.
And I believe I rolled 3
Spend a
combat
no. Spend a momentum to re-roll the 3 of them.
Hang on. Cager has you can spend 1 momentum to re-roll 3 of them, or you can spend no momentum. You can just re-roll 2.
No. Vicious. If you do a
No
wound,
mercy lets you do 2.
Intense. Each effect counts as 2, and each wound counts as the second wound. So there's 2 wounds there. She don't need to re-roll.
Tell me why there's 2 wounds. Each.
Intense. For each effect counts as an additional damage. So that makes it to 5. And then vicious for each
if you
wound
do a wound, you do 2 wounds.
2 wounds. So
Yeah,
that's
you're
2
right.
wounds.
Have I scrubbed it? I mean,
You have scrubbed it.
Re-roll those other two die
No,
if you want.
genuinely,
You don't need
you've
to.
scrubbed it, and there's an extra momentum in the pool. Okay.
I'm glad Dougie knows the rules.
Failing in the second one, Cage is going to let out a huge roar.
You know what? Cager is not far away from being able to carry out a.
She's done 2 as well, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Display of power.
Somebody's going to need to explain what you two are referencing because I'm not in.
I'll tell you later. Don't worry.
Yeah, because if you let one go before me, I am going to be most displeased.
Okay, there are some more guys that are running into the light.
Have they been called by Cage's roar?
I don't know.
No,
Yes.
they are running into action.
I believe it's Aladai's turn now, isn't it?
Aladai, I feel like I probably shouldn't, but I'll let you take action against one of them as they run in, if you want to.
That's probably another dagger then.
Go for it.
Can I have 1 momentum from someone?
You may take one of mine, dear sir,
Okay, thank you.
for I have used many of yours many a time.
That's 3, Louis.
Okay, right. Where are we? That doesn't
2
count.
successes.
That doesn't count. That is 3 successes. Is 2 points of momentum coming your way. Roll me your roll me your damage.
3 in it for you.
Yep.
Watching James's camera is making me seasick.
That is 2 5s and a 2. So I think that's 4 damage.
2,
4 and 2 effects.
4
What's
and
your
2
dagger
effects.
effect?
The effects.
Don't have any effects without.
No, you
Oh,
only get your
supplies
effects
and stuff
after.
in it.
Yeah. Okay, so the dagger flies out. Bang. 4. Yeah, I mean, there's momentum there. You can spend straight on damage.
Do you want to take one of my or one of
You
yours
could
or whatever
spend-
to do 1 point of damage? That's a really good roll.
Or you could spend 2 momentum and manage to get another damage thrown.
Just do
Yeah,
damage.
you spend 1 point of momentum. So yeah, if you want to spend 1 point of momentum, you wound one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
That weakens them as well for their attacks.
That's true. I had forgotten about that.
I didn't. Haha.
No, I did tell you it wasn't with it tonight. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so you could still spend momentum for a secondary attack if you want to, but it might be better to leave it in the pool. He's gone off. So, right, 3 of these guys are charging to Cager.
Bowder or Cager? They're the only 2 down
Cager.
there.
Yeah. 3 of them are charging Cager. Okay, so the first one is the one that receives the dagger. And actually, no, we'll do that one last. So the first one charges at you again. This is a bone spear. Do you want to try and parry it?
Does he need to?
Doesn't know. You shouldn't know that before you make the decision.
How does parrying work?
Parrying would normally cost you 1 doom, and then 2 doom for the second parry, and 3 for the third. However, you have got a sword.
Doom 2.
You've got a broadsword which has parrying, and you have deflection, which means the first one costs you nothing, the second one costs you nothing, the third one costs you 1. Basically, you make a parry roll, and you get the first 2 for nout.
10-14s.
No, ignore the fact it's a 10-14.
I'll ignore that. Am I going to be at a disadvantage if I get hit this time to my other parry, to my next parry attack?
In all fairness, Bell parries every time.
Yeah.
Go on.
So, okay, make a parry. I'm going to go back and try and find out.
I'm only calling that how Bell plays it.
Yeah.
Can I spend a momentum on that?
You don't need to.
Can you spend a momentum on that? You can, but you probably don't need to.
Okay. Roll 2d20, and that will be one success, I believe. I'll double check what my parry score is.
18, 12.
Actually, you know what? That still gets through because it's got a reach of 3 because it's using a spear.
2. So that's one success.
Yeah, so it manages to get the success. What it doesn't do is generate any momentum from it.
Okay.
So...
Ow!
Ow!
Where's that?
That is the left arm.
Okay, that's 4.
Well, that's quite good because Cage has got. Well, she hasn't got 2 on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 4 damage from the first attack.
5 left, okay.
You've only got 5 resolve left. Only got 5 figure left. Ow. Okay, you might want to spend momentum on the next one. Do you want to defend the next one as well?
Yeah.
You might want to spend momentum.
It don't cost you nothing to defend, and you don't have to declare the momentum straight away.
That is true. That is true. No, I'll let you have that. So, okay.
No,
that is
no.
1. That is 1. I can buy that off with Doom if I want to. That is 1 attack, but your parry is going to need to be a 2 in order to beat that.
Why is that a 2?
Because he's using a spear which has reach of 3.
But all you need to do is equal it, though, aren't you?
Yeah, but he's got a reach of 3.
Take one of mine. Take it.
Well, I'll spend my one.
There you go. I've thrown it.
Oh, right, you've thrown it. Cool.
Yep.
I'll hold mine for the next time then. So I should be rolling 4d20, yeah?
No, 3. Because that's on melee attacks, not on parry attacks.
But your parry is free, whereas normally it would cost you Doom by now, and it's
that'll be 3 successes.
That's 3 successes. Okay, that gets you
one
of
momentum.
those. You know what?
And fuck you, undead thing.
And they're not undead. They're well, several of them are dead. These aren't undead.
They're going to be.
Well, they're not dead yet, therefore they must be undead.
Right.
The cage's not finished her running with them yet.
Okay. Again, this time you managed to knock the spear from this one's hand as you parry, but the parries are getting more difficult. The third one is the one that has now got a dagger sticking out from wherever or not it was that it got hit by the dagger. Therefore, it gets 2. It needs 2 to hit you. And it does not hit. I should really have got you to spend the Doom. Actually, you should spend a Doom anyway, because you would have tried to parry that.
Okay, well,
yeah.
We don't have to call until after your roll.
No, you should call whether or not you're parrying before I roll. Spending momentum's different, but you should say, okay, this attack's coming, am I going to parry it? And I should be doing the same thing.
You rolled, not our fault.
Resolve that complication you got earlier.
Yes, it's not got a spear. It's dropped its spear. Okay, there are 2 more that come out of the darkness towards Baldur. I'm going to say they're hanging back. They're trying to work out what the hell's going on, because there is... No, sorry, I'm going to get one of them to try and attack Baldur. Who, if he has this guy grappled, he cannot attack with a grappling weapon. Has he got another...
Baldur is unable to parry because his whip is parrying, but he does have a sword.
He does have a sword. I will let him parry with the sword.
Yep.
Okay, so possibly got a dagger. Yeah, I'll let him parry with the sword.
He's got a
He has
sword.
got a sword.
He's got a sword.
Okay,
Yep.
so seeing this guy coming towards him, he pulls a sword. The guy goes for him. That is a... What reach is Baldor's sword?
Baldor is a basic sword with a reach of 2, but he does have the parrying quality.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Okay, so the first one comes in and tries to skewer him with his spear. Okay, I should have asked before, but I am going to ask, does Baldor want to try and parry that?
Baldor absolutely would try and parry.
Okay, the guy's got 1 success, but he's got reach 1. He's got reach 3, which means Baldor is going to need 2 successes to parry it.
Even though he's got a reach 2, so that's only +1 difficulty.
Yeah, it's
Not 2.
+1 difficulty. So he's got 1, so he needs to get... So he needs 2 successes.
So surely only 1 parry would make it minus the reach.
1 parry would make it minus the reach, but it would... Right. He's got 1 success. Okay, this guy's got 1 success.
Yep.
He needs to... So in order to parry, he needs to make 1 success. But the guy's at reach 3, and Baldor's only at reach 2, which adds 1 difficulty to the parry, which makes it from a parry 1 to a parry 2 difficulty.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
he needs to roll 2 successes on his parry.
Okay, so Baldor has a...
He can use momentum to sort this. His parry is 215.
That's not a bad score. I tell you what Baldor's going to do. He's going to use his fortune, his last fortune, to generate 2 successes, and I'm going to throw in a momentum as well for an extra roll.
Okay, so 4 dice, one of which has already come up 1, so you roll 3 dice.
Yep. So he's going to roll 3d20, and 2 are already successes.
Yeah, be fine unless one of them's a 20.
Oh, look at that! Boom,
4
bitch.
successes.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Hang on,
on a 2 requirement.
Oh yeah.
Plus
so
4.
that's 4 momentum coming back. Okay, right. So yeah, the guy's just got nowhere to go. That's frankly ridiculous. Okay, so yeah, he manages to parry the first incoming blow. Second guy likewise comes in. Is he going to spend the doom to parry it? Unless he's got deflect, which I don't think he has.
Let's have a look at Baldor. Does Baldor have deflect? Hunter Sentry.
Oh, he does.
Object.
He does. Second
Oh,
phase.
he does. Yes.
Oh, after
deflection.
After parry, he may add 1 doom to make a melee attack.
Oh, okay. So what he'd like to do then is he will give you 1 doom, and he will swing at this bastard that just had a go at him.
Okay.
Maybe to discourage the other one from having a pop.
Give me I don't think it's going to work, but hey. Okay, make me an attack roll. You have plenty of momentum to play with.
I'm also going to dump 2 momentum into the pool.
Okay.
So he's going to have 4 d20 on his sword attack. Hello, suit you, sir. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
That's 4 successes
on a D1.
Right.
There's nothing that says it's increased difficulty. He can make a melee attack.
It is increased difficulty because the guy's using a spear. So that's a D2.
Okay, so it's still two
yeah,
more.
No. That's good. Right, I'm not going to put this in. I need to check if he's doing that. Does the difficulty increase each time? I'm not gonna do that now because unless it says that here, which it doesn't,
I
need to
agree.
check the whole thing. But that's fine. So, sorry. So that was 5 successes.
2
was
more
that 4?
momentum.
It was
2 more momentum.
2, 4, 5. So yes, it gets 2 momentum back. Bloody hell. Okay, roll your damage. Roll Baldur's damage.
So Baldur's damage for sword is 5d6, 5 combat die. He does get to roll.
He can re-roll 1. He's got no mercy.
He can re-roll one of them. Brilliant. He's going to also spend one of his momentum to re-roll another one. And he can do that again, Connie?
No, you can only spend momentum to re-roll the once.
Okay, that's gone.
So that is 4. If you want to add one, if you want to spend another momentum, he will take a wound.
Yeah, he will.
Okay. Right. So this guy gets takes a wound as Baldur stabs him. The third guy kind of fairly frantically comes in and likewise throws an attack in. That's the second attack on him. He doesn't need to spend momentum on it. He doesn't need to spend Doom to parry it.
And the guy's injured, so it's a +1 difficulty.
No, this guy isn't injured.
Yeah, he is.
No, it's not. It's not the guy that's
Two have attacked, and you said the injured one will go last.
No, that was the guys that were attacking Cager. There are only two guys there are only 2 guys attacking Baldur. There are only 2 guys attacking Baldur. One's just gone. This is the second one.
I've just rolled to attack one of the 3 guys that were attacking.
Oh, yeah. I've taken that if you parry successfully, you spend the momentum, you roll for the guy who's just hit you.
Okay, that's fine.
Without checking the book, we'll check the book later. But I reckon that makes sense that it's parry. It's a riposte. I think it's down as a riposte. So I've done the guy that's just attacked you. You've managed to wound. The next guy comes in. He manages 1 success. Baldur doesn't need to pay Doom for
parry. No,
for parry. Does he want to spend momentum to get an extra dice or not?
How many does he need?
He will. Actually, he's going to need 2. That is a good point because the guy's using a spear, so he's going to need 2.
Okay, he will dump a momentum, which I've just done. 3d20. That is 2.
That is 2. Okay, manages to put that out. You can spend a Doom if you want to. I still reckon this should only be once a round, but hey, it's got to be a reaction. No, that's got to be a reaction to do that.
What's the skill? What's the skill?
The skill is parry.
No, what's the actual ability? Sorry.
The ability is riposte.
Carry on. I'll check the rule and find out.
Okay, so we'll say this go. So that's that over. I am going to get the guy that is being caught needs to. The guy that's being grappled needs to make an athletics or acrobatics test, and the difficulty is a 2 because that's how many it cost. Oh crap! This is where they do that.
The instant after attack is the momentum when the attacker is most vulnerable. After successfully making a defend reaction against the parry skill, you may immediately add 1 Doom in order to make a melee attack against the foe. So as long as you defend when parrying...
Okay, right, in which case,
completely riposte.
If he wants to, he can. Does he want to?
Is this guy injured?
Not yet, no.
You know what? For the chance to injure him and actually weaken... He's going to do it. So, have a Doom.
Okay. I will take a Doom. You get to make an attack.
Okay. On a melee attack, 10-6 is...
enough to hit.
For Baldur is 2. successes.
That is enough to hit.
Okay.
Doesn't
so
generate
you-
any momentum, but it's enough to hit.
So 5 combat. 5 and 3 effects.
Right. Okay. Okay.
That's a wound.
Again, the guy's bleeding. Like I say, once again, you stab them, you slash them. Baldur can see their mouths opening and shock on their faces. They don't have eyes, so there's no eyes to go wide. But in every other way, in the faces of these things, they've taken damage, and but you sense this just kind of discomfort around your temples from it every time they take damage.
Baldur laughs maniacally.
Okay. They are okay. That's the all right. This guy's going to try and get out. So I want either an agility or
They've attacked.
yeah. No, hang on a sec. Agility or brawn, which is going to be the same. Okay, so this guy gets to make a test. No. Okay, he does not manage to get out from the grapple. So his action is spent trying to get out from the grapple, which he doesn't manage.
Yep.
Unable to move or take an action except for that.
Okay.
With the difficulty equal to that. Okay, so I'm just snare target.
So difficulty was 2.
Difficulty of
which was the number of the
exploit
successes.
is reduced by 1. Grapple weapon is made away. Okay, yep. No, okay, so somebody lose a momentum and we are going top of the round. I've got to be honest, I'm not expecting this to last very long.
If you want to drop 1 Ala die.
Yep. Done.
Okay. Okay, so we have got Baldur with his back to this crevice about... Actually, you can't see that when I do that there. I need to pull that screen up. Okay, we've got Baldur with his back to this crevice there. Above him are Genghis and Actaeon. Kaja is about here, facing down. 3 of them, one of whom has a wound and has dropped their spear. And Aladai is still up on the stairs.
Can Genghis see the one that's being grappled?
Yes, he can.
Okay. Genghis is going to shoot that one first.
Okay.
Now he's grappled. Does that give me an advantage?
He is grappled. It means that you get the difficulty of the exploit action is reduced by 1 step. That would normally be a D1.
Yep.
If it is reduced to a D0, then I think that's the way we'll do it tonight. We'll check the rules later. You still have to roll, but it takes a minor action to exploit.
Okay, well, I'm going to roll anyway.
Was that for the exploit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm guessing that's not a success.
No.
On observation, which is so that's not going to be a failure. But hey,
so the normal attack.
Give me half a sec. Hang on. I just want to double check something. Oh no, you got them on there, haven't you? No, it's all right. I wanted to. No, you don't. I wanted to make sure you didn't have an effect.
In fact,
that
I re-rolled that, didn't I? Observation.
No, you don't. That's what I've just looked at. You don't have a re-roll on observation. That was what I was checking. Okay, so no, you don't get to exploit, but you can still make your. No, not on a 1919.
I thought I get to re-roll sharp senses. Roll 1d20 when making observation check.
Re-roll 1. Okay, go for it.
Don't roll a 20.
Okay, right. I need to. We don't do exploits often enough. I don't have it open. Give me half a tick.
Exploit is
If
piercing
you spend those
and
2 momentum, you get an extra dice, and each one of them counts as exploit 123, something like that. I know I keep having to look the damn thing up. Threat and attacks, mental damage, reach guard, hit locations, damage. Come on, it's definitely around here somewhere. There we go. Not reactions. Exploit. Nominates the target, attempts an average D1 observation test modified for observation test of D. The character's first attack before the end of the turn gains piercing 2. So you've automatically got piercing 2 on it. That's not going to do anything because they're not wearing armour. If desired, the character may spend 1 momentum from this test to add 1 bonus d20 to the attack skill test and +1 to the attack's damage. This is repeatable. The bonus d20s count as per normal. So
okay, so if I dump
got 2
d20, I can put extra 2 to the attack roll, so 4d20 attack.
4d20 attack.
And I can roll 7d6 combat die.
If you'd normally roll 5, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Go for it.
Okay, so 4d20. Let me get rid of that first. A complication, but 2 successes.
Okay, so 2 successes is... Yep, that's fine. You get 1 momentum back for that. And you get to roll... What did we say? 7 dice worth of damage?
7d6, so 7 combat die. So first roll, 8. I get to re-roll 1 anyway.
Yeah.
9. And
actually,
I will use my momentum to make it 10.
You don't need to. You don't need to.
Do I not?
He's toast.
Okay.
Trust me, he's toast without the extra spend of momentum. I gave you the extra momentum because you hit somebody. You don't get the marksman, but you do get the whatever the other one is. So you don't get the one for not using your
minor action, but I do get the one for hitting
get the other one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you put arrows into this guy, and Baldor now kind of pulls back his whip from the corpse as it topples to the ground. Is 3 dead? Do you really want me to look this up?
I'm going to spend... I am going to do it because I've been trying so fucking hard to do it.
It's an action.
I'm going to spend 2 momentum.
What are you looking at spending?
I'm going to do a display of power called Blood of the whatever it is.
I'm trying to find the displays of power now. There we go. Is that displays of power? Stain the soil red.
Stain the soil red. That's the one.
Okay, stain the soil red. Death of several foes and the shedding of copious amounts of blood. Okay. Must have personally slain no fewer than 3 enemies during this scene. Once this display is used, the character must slay at least another 3. Does 3... Okay, so that's going to do... Is that resolve? That's got to be resolve damage. Yeah, it's a display. So it does 3 dice worth of resolve damage to everything within an area.
Yep.
Right, so you make that as a ranged attack against their discipline, I think it is, isn't it?
Something like that.
We'll do it that way because that makes sense to me. Oh crap, this means I've got to work out what discipline is. I wish they'd just give these bloody things skill. Right, willpower, which is a 9, and we'll call it a social, so that's a 9-0. Okay, so you got 2 successes?
Yep.
Okay, so definitely the 2 guys you have just been fighting, so they got 9-0. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Okay.
Oh, fuck you, bitches! And because that's free, James, if I can take the 2 that you've got.
Bear in mind this is resolve damage. This is not damage.
No,
okay, I'll tell you what.
But the mental damage still makes them least effective in combat.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Is it not?
No, it makes them less observant. It makes them less able to concentrate. It doesn't count. Trauma doesn't count as. It's split between. Let me have a look at the character sheet. So wounds reduce agility, awareness, and brawn. Coordination, intelligence, personality, and willpower suffer from resolve trauma. Suffer from trauma. But roll me 3 damage dice before we do anything else.
You bastard. Is there any increase on that?
I think it's just 3 damage dice.
3 and an effect.
3 and an effect. I don't think that one's got an effect. Stained steel red. No, it's just area. So.
However,
okay.
Display of power, baby.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me what that looks like or sounds like, or.
Okay, so
you know what? Make it a roar, because these things can't see.
Okay, so Genghis has been popping arrows off left, right, and centre, and he knows what's been going on. So with the last shot, he fires an arrow that's got a bit of rope tied to the back of his arrow, and it embeds deep into the enemy and kills it. So with that final arrow, he pulls back, cuts the head off, and he fires the head into the body of the remaining blind, soundless creatures. And as the head hits the floor, the just spray of bone and blood and skin just spreads everywhere, just causing lacerations to their body, their face, their chest. And as before...
it's not doing physical damage. It's only doing mental damage.
Yeah, Genghis sees this soundless scream, almost like he felt when they were screaming before, when it was the tingling in the head. Only this time he feels like it's hurting them 10 times as bad. And this really sly grin goes across Genghis's face as if he sits there and thinks, fuck you.
Okay. Right. What I will say is one of the guys panics and runs. This is an area effect. It's going to be everybody within sod it. Let's do it for the other guys as well. You pushed it. No. Oh, you're joking. And I've dropped Discord again, haven't I? What the hell is going on with Discord?
Is trying to rejoin.
Louis ran!
Okay, can you hear me?
I think we came up with the first 2 might have ran, but the 3 didn't.
Okay. No, the other 2, they didn't run, but they have definitely taken a step back, which would probably be a good time to go to Cager, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there are 3 of them in front of you. 1 has dropped a spear. The other 2 have not.
Okay then. Well, the one that's dropped their spear, basically, I think Cager's going to work from right to left here.
Okay, starting with the one that's dropped the one on the right is the one that's dropped the spear.
Well, then, starting with the one on the right,
which is also the one that's wounded. But yeah, okay.
Kaiju is going to burn 1 momentum for 2 extra damage die.
Okay,
Not damage
which weapon's this with?
Tact.
Normally we use the axe first.
Okay, we use the axe first. Okay, let's have a look at the axe. So
Tact.
each of 2
Diplomacy.
size that you be, damage 6, intense and vicious.
Right, so roll me 4 attack dice. Will you leave your poor son alone? Oh my lord. 5. Oh my life. Belle will be proud. Okay. This guy doesn't have a spear either, so it's only a difficulty 1 to hit him. So
That's 4.
1, 2, 3. Roll me your damage.
Right. That would be 6 combat die.
He's not going to get up from this.
Make it good, James.
So
that'll
he
do.
rolls,
That's enough.
he
That
rolls-
is enough. That is enough to put him down.
Yes.
Okay, he's toast. Actually, he isn't the guy that dropped his spear.
Isn't he?
No,
That's the one
But-
you.
but he is the guy that's got a dagger sticking out of his leg. So, in which case, that's fine. He's still dead. He just isn't the guy with a spear. But you need to give me back 1 momentum from that. Now, if you want to attack the second one, that's going to cost you momentum, and then he's going to be a D3 to hit.
Do it.
Actually,
Do
no,
it.
the next guy isn't, because the next guy is the guy that's dropped his spear. So it'll be a D2 to hit.
Okay, I think
So,
it's still gonna
James,
burn
plus
2
1 to
momentum.
attack again,
Yeah,
plus 1 to get plus 2d20.
cool.
I think he's just
I'm
done
gonna
that,
roll another
He gets to
successful.
do it every time.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
Ooh,
shit.
That's not quite as good. That's 2 successes.
That's all you
A
need.
miss and a
And a
complication.
Okay, a miss and a complication. This is with the sword. 2 successes is enough to hit. Roll me your attack. Roll me
5.
damage. So it's 5. Is it 7 with the sword?
No.
7. Broadsword.
You
7 with the
sure?
broadsword?
Oh,
That's
fuck.
what it says.
She gets to roll 2 anyway.
Broadsword is a 7. Yeah, it is.
And I may as well re-roll those extra 2 combat die.
Go on then.
As I can. It's only another 1.
Another 1.
7
Okay.
and 2 effects.
7 and 2 effects, but it's a sword, so that doesn't do effects.
But he's
So
already
that
injured,
is
isn't he?
7. If you... No, he's not. If you were to burn 2 momentum, you'd kill him.
Well,
How?
it'd be
But-
good not to, wouldn't it?
How?
Because that would put him up from 7 to 9. Burn it on 2 points of damage. 9 is enough to kill this guy.
But that's not in one attack.
Yeah, it is. That's 9 in 1 attack. That is enough to kill him.
But that's not 2 wounds.
Yes, it is. Because he's only got 9 resolve. He's only got 9 vigor.
Ah, right. Okay, cool.
So that will kill him. So we'll get 1 for doing 5 damage and 1 for dropping his vigor to nothing.
Do it, James.
There we go.
Okay. However, your sword
Complicated.
has stuck itself into this guy's skull.
Is
And-
Cager caught out by the weight of this guy as he drops?
No, it's just you've now got that
Yeah,
sword
it's
stuck in,
and,
which means you cannot parry.
caught out by the dead weight.
I will let you, okay, if you want to, you can try and dodge, which will be an acrobatics, but you will have to let go of diplomacy to do so.
Well, go on then.
Okay, you
What
still
will
got
it take to pull diplomacy free?
Given that it's his second attack this round, he's not got enough time. It's got stuck in there.
That's only 1 success.
That's only 1 success. This guy gets 2 successes.
Okay.
Fucking Discord.
Anything you said prior to being kicked out, Louis, doesn't count.
Not sure whether he can hear you.
I can.
He may not.
However,
I am trying desperately to work out what the hell keeps knocking Discord over.
what we
'Cause
heard,
it's driving
Louis,
me
was James got 1 success.
He got
However,
2
your
successes.
attack was 2.
So, I pick up a Doom from that. And I do 5 combat dice of damage, which is 7 damage to your torso.
Okay then.
That is enough to cause you a wound. Actually, has this got... I haven't got any... This is a spear. No.
Are you
Right.
I'm out of vigor.
Unless you sunder armor.
I shall be doing that, I feel.
Right. If you sunder armor,
You don't take the wound, but you still take the
you
damage.
still take the vigor damage. Okay. You are down to... Actually, you take 1 wound because dropping your... If that drops your vigor to nothing,
Yeah.
then you are at... Yeah, that will cause you 1 wound. It would cause you 2 wounds because you take 1 for the 5 and 1 for dropping all your vigor down. So yeah, you take 1 damage for that, and it just shreds your armor.
Okay then.
Any damage you take from now on counts as a wound. Okay, there are only 2 of these guys left.
Got that too? Should I?
Sorry, there are 3 of these guys left. There's only 1 fighting
Right.
you. There's 1 that's done a runner and 1 that's still by Baldur. Baldur has not gone this turn, has he?
How's this third guy attacking?
3rd guy's got a spear.
Right, but I didn't think it's their turn yet.
That is true. That is true. It should not be their turn yet. So we know what's going to happen when they do. Okay, unless actually, even if Aladai causes a wound, he's still going to end up getting you.
Okay.
I think that would drop me to 1 success. You got 1 parry, but the parry is a difficulty 2 because it's a reach weapon. Yeah. Okay. So Aladai can throw another dagger if you've still got another dagger.
He has still
you-
got another dagger.
You
Cause
can
a
always
wound
try
on
and
after.
grapple him.
He's getting slightly down daggers now, but he has got another one.
You can always grapple him. Tie him up, you know what I mean?
Somebody's going to need to do we're going to need to do some medicine checks some point quite soon.
And I will try and throw another dagger. Always forget ranged. Ooh, 3.
3. Okay.
1
That
and a
is
5.
definitely enough to hit and buys you 2 momentum. Okay. Do you want to roll your damage?
Yep. It's a 6, a 2, and a 4. So that's 3 and an effect.
That's 3 damage and an effect. If you... Yeah, no, you're just going to do the 3 damage to him, I'm guessing.
If I use the 2 momentum, would that be 5 and then a wound, or
Yep.
That would be a wound, yeah.
would that be worth doing?
Is it already wounded?
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah, I'll leave it then.
Okay.
I've got some momentum in the pool.
Okay. What are Actian... So Baldur's pretty much got his hands full. There's actually one guy has just had it away on his toes. Yeah, one guy had it away on his toes. No, he's about to have it away on his toes. Or one guy is still approaching Baldur with a spear. So we got Actian and Baldur still to go this turn, I think.
Can Action get into combat with one of them?
Just about. He could just about get into combat with the
It's a
one
bit
that's
tight.
fighting Cager.
So he'd probably try and do that then.
Okay. So Actian, I tell you what, if Actian makes me a difficulty 1 athletics roll, athletics check, he
Okay.
can get down there
41
and still have enough room
athletics.
to...
Yeah, that's 1.
Okay. Right, okay. So yeah, he gets 2 Cager's side and has got enough chance to attack. There is
Okay,
momentum in the pool.
He will try and attack then. His mace, 14. Yeah, we'll use one of those momentum.
Okay.
15, that's 1, 2, 3.
3. Okay.
3.
That gets you 2 momentum back. No, it doesn't. Get you 1 momentum back because the
1.
guy's using a spear. Okay. So, yeah, roll me your damage.
Damage is 6, apparently. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage.
And one
Okay,
effect.
that's
I don't think that is
definitely
an effect.
enough to wound him. And you'd already done 3 to him, hadn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Which is
jammy
9,
git.
which means 2 wounds.
Which means that, yeah, it means 2 wounds you've dropped him, which means that Cager doesn't take the wound and lose her last 5 vigour. Okay. Baldur. Whip in one hand, sword in the other. There is one guy in front of you.
I think Baldur would try to sword the guy first of all.
Sword rather than whip. The guy has got a spear. It's going to be easier to whip him.
Now watch me whip. Now watch me nene. Now watch me whip.
I don't want to.
Watch me nene. Okay, yeah, he'll whip him.
Okay.
Aladay, can I take a momentum for an extra 20, please?
There you are.
Okay.
I also
Oh!
those 2 momentum, would I?
Okay, that is no range. That is
Didn't
2
spend
successes
momentum on
and a complication.
No.
Okay, bear with me half a sec. You didn't spend momentum on...
Right, okay, but you'd have 1 less to do, didn't you?
Yes.
Cool.
That's a good point. Yes, that is a good point. Okay, sorry about that. Quick discussion about what that changed. Okay, so that's 2 successes, which is enough to hit and generates 1 momentum and a
Complication with the whip.
complication that he probably didn't want. Let's see where this goes, and we'll work out what to do with the complication in a minute if it even comes into play.
So damage 4. Take that, bitch.
You know what? That is enough to kill him. That is enough to put him down. So, okay, I am going to narrate because I'm aware it's 11 o'clock.
You're going to buy some Doom, aren't you?
Nope. I am going to narrate. There is one guy remaining who falls as he is fleeing the scene to feathered shafts from Genghis. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure Genghis rolled a complication, but hey. So, yeah. So, you guys kind of... So this guy drops as he's just getting into the firelight as Genghis puts an arrow between his shoulder blades. So, what I'm going to do briefly is... you guys get to explore the area you are in.
Ah.
So, and see where the cave walls lie. You'll have to take it for a second. Now, I will give you a quick description of this area, and let's go from there to there, to there, to there, to there. Enter. Enter. Right click. There we go. Okay. So, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
3 sort of platform things surrounding the spire with an entranceway to the southeast.
Okay. Let me just want to refresh this and right. Okay. So there are a couple of wooden platforms built up against the bottom of the spire. You slowly explore the area, taking it as carefully as I imagine you would do. You find 2 rickety ladders that lead up towards what you assume were the platforms on the wall, one of which you can see is kind of still glowing gently where Baldur managed to set light to it. The floor of the cave you're in is covered in a kind of sand-like grit, a kind of rocky grit, and the spire just towers above you. You know, it was a long way down that, and it was tough. But looking up, it just towers above you, as do the walls on the sides. There are 3 wooden shacks. Those are the kind of things that you said earlier were platforms off to the northwest, to the east, and to the southwest.
Yep.
So let me get this up on screen. So this one over here, it's got a small living area in the middle. It's got a couple of sleeping chambers off on either side with a couple of bedding rolls in each. There are some dried mushrooms, which is not a shock to you now. There are dried fish and what you guess is a kind of jerky there as well. And there is half a barrel that is full of what you are fairly confident is water. If anyone is anyone likely to try tasting it?
Yeah, can't you try that?
Okay, it appears to be drinkable water. There's about half a barrel of it there. The one to the east is very similar. Again, it's got dried meat. It's got fish. It doesn't have the barrel. What it does have is quite a few sacks of mushrooms, which are not yet dried. They're still kind of freshly picked. The last one again is pretty similar. It's got less of the mushrooms, but again it's got about half a barrel full of water there. There are various kind of bone trinkets and bits and pieces that are around the bedrolls, but nothing really of use particularly. The things that you fought, aside from these kind of crude bone spears, a couple of them were carrying bows, and there were a couple of kind of bone clubs, quite vicious looking things, but the spears were the main things. Looking closer, what you were fairly pleased about was at no point did these things close hand to hand with you. They've got wicked looking talons on the ends of their fingers. Aside from that, in the southeast corner of the cave, there is this big, wide barricade. It's floor to ceiling, made from tree trunks, with this huge, big, 7 foot wide, 8 foot tall door built into it. This is the one at the southeast, not the one to the south. So it's the one over here. Yeah, it's really big. The wood seems odd. It's not something that any of you can quite identify, and it seems really, really dense and hard. It's a really tough, fibrous hardwood. Finally, there is. Hang on a sec. I need to double check which one I'm looking at. There we go. There is a smaller tunnel that starts to lead out to the south, and this too is again barricaded. This time it's barred with some fairly heavy wooden bars, top and bottom, just kind of dropped in, but probably of better quality than anything else you've seen here. The workmanship, where in the barricade and the bars is much higher quality than what you've seen. The bars fit really snugly, and they don't look like they've been moved in a long time. Yeah, lichen cover, the bars, the slots, all of that. Quite a lot of the woodwork here has got lichen growing on it. Yeah. What you guys now? What I will do when we start the next session is we can do medicine rolls if anybody. I'm not sure actually if anybody is wounded. Did Baldur end up with a wound?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to.
In fact, no, he didn't. But he's down to only 4 vigor.
Okay. While you guys are looking around here, you can now scrub back all of the vigor that you've lost. You're back on full vigor because you've managed to get a rest. That's the way vigor works. If you take a wound, it's lasting, but your vigor will come back as you guys have had enough time to rest here. I am going to take liberties with your character and suggest that at least one person is going to try at some point the large door to the southeast. And tell you now that you get the feeling is barred from the far side, but the one to the south is barred from this side.
Genghis probably would.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave you guys there. So you've explored this area. If you've got any questions about it, drop me a note and I'll cover them at the beginning of the next session. That seems to me like a decent place to stop. There's enough wood there that you could probably get a fire going if you wanted to. You've got oil enough to get that started. You found somewhere that you could probably defend if you needed to, so you guys can probably get a bit of a rest in, which you're going to need after the last period of time you've just had.
Oh, fuck yes. Especially poor Baldur.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
All right. So, anybody that has been watching, I hope you enjoyed that. That went on longer than I thought it was going to, but it was good. Okay. Yeah, we'll be back in a fortnight. I'm not sure if we will be back in a fortnight. I need to check the diary. I think we will
23rd.
I think we're playing on the 23rd. So hopefully we'll be back on the 23rd, and yeah, we'll find out what's behind probably that door, unless you can work out a way of getting past the other one. Yep, I'll go offline. Thanks for watching if you have.